Maybe. Hello.
Do you guys want to talk?
Yo!
Okay.
We need to be closer?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No idea.
Just talk loud?
Sure.
Okay.
I thought we'd have
do
like
that.
earphones with the mouthpieces. And
We could have, but that is
Huh?
I'm going to try to watch on my
oh
phone,
yeah,
too.
gorgeous.
Good?
All right, guys.
All
We're
right.
live. If you guys can't hear me, let me know, and I can hopefully adjust the volume. Or if not, we'll just have them speak up. So welcome back, Musky Talk Mondays, Smokey Session Wednesdays. We're here. Joel and we're not late. Joel and Scott. So first of all, we're at Smokey's. Rumors with Smokey's.
Not going anywhere.
Perfect.
Staying open. Loey's been sticking some money into it, fixing stuff up. We're going to have a new fleet of rental boats next year. So things are looking good, at least for the next handful of years.
Okay. I have one person saying they can't hear.
So we'll, okay.
That should be better, guys. Hello. Whatever. That should be better. That's better.
All right.
Can you guys hear us now? I'm trying, but this is new stuff right here. This is uncharted territory. We don't know what the hell we're doing. We're just having fun.
Oh, there you are.
Okay. That should be better. Okay. Perfect. All right. They say it's good. Cool. So, Joel, if you want to repeat that again.
Sure. Smokey's is not closing. We will be here for at least a handful of years yet. Loey's been putting a lot of money into it, fixing stuff up. We've got a new fleet of rental boats coming for next year, and getting ready to, a few more months here after the show, start stocking up on new stock. We still got the 15% off everything in stock, other than the gift certificates and live bait that goes through Christmas Eve. The hours are 8 a.m. during the week till 2:30 p.m. and weekends 6:30 to 4.
Okay.
So we're good to go.
Now, looking good could be a little louder. Well, okay. So Smokey's not going anywhere, guys. That's awesome to hear. Otherwise, who knows what we'd be doing out here for Musky stuff. So, all in all, Joel, how was your year? Season-wise as catching muskie, season-wise as guiding, season-wise as selling lures.
Catching fish, I don't get to catch a whole lot of fish just because I'm guiding most of the time. Pretty average year guiding. Saw a ton of fish, lost a ton of fish, and got a good number of fish for clients. Business-wise, the lures have really started taking off. The blade attachments, as you can see on the marketplace, there's a whole lot of people out there that are coming out with their own versions, which is great. The Rocky Point spinner blade attachments, inline attachments, we put them on just about anything. Rubber, hard baits, rattle traps, all kinds of stuff. My personal favorite's been the micro deuces. We actually, for the shows, I'll go over later on, but we got to deal with chaos that for the Southern Wisconsin Muskie Expo out at Waukesha and Wausau, the Wisconsin Muskie Expo. We got a huge order of the micro deuces that we teamed up with our spinner blade attachments that we're going to have in the booth. And then also the mainstay, the original combo with the Mini D from Tackle Industries with the blade attachment.
Okay. And I like those, because sometimes I just like swimming ducks.
They're easy to throw, easy to use. I mean, especially with clients or even kids, women. They can throw this stuff all day long. You can throw them all season long if you really want to. We've been catching fish on them all year long.
It's great bait.
Yep.
I like that. So personally, not catching fish. You got that stuff out. And it's okay, me too. I haven't either.
It's not going to stick in a knife.
I don't get to fish as much as I used to.
It's all right.
It's hard, and if you're a guide, it's hard to get out and actually fish.
And the client you want them to catch fish.
You want them to catch fish.
For
you
sure.
go out and you locate fish, and you put them on it, and that's pretty much the name of the game with it.
So we're just going to do back and forth.
Yep.
Same question. So Scott, baits, selling, season as musky-wise, how's it been?
I think I'll start out with the baits that the trilogy has done incredible. And I never thought in a million years it would take off the way that it did, and it was overnight. Thanks to the help from guys like Joel and Smokey's, it took off overnight. I didn't catch a lot of muskies this year, but in my defense, I didn't get to fish a lot because I was stuck making lures every night, every weekend. I sold a ton of trilogies this year. It almost got to the point where it was overwhelming.
Yeah.
We could not keep the stores full. I mean, they were selling out within the first few days. A lot of fish were caught.
A couple times I came in here and there's like,
I mean, it was
Scott.
Yeah, it has really taken off. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. I've never thought in a million years.
Well, it's a testament to the quality of the lure
I
too.
appreciate that.
I mean, and that's what you have there is pretty much one of the easiest bucktails that you can retrieve.
It is
Light enough that you can throw it all day long, and with the blade that's on it, you've got a different vibration that gives off that nothing else is giving off like that.
So, Scott, I remember, because I'm in the Musky Freaks group, you accidentally posted that video in the wrong chat, and I saved it. And of course I showed it to a couple of my buddies, and I'm like,
I remember that.
I talked shit about it because it sounded so penny in the video,
Yeah.
and I'm like, this is ugly. I'm sorry, it sounds so thin. It sounds so thin. And then I came in here, and I'm like, Joel, I need to pay for parking. He's like, it's got a $5 minimum. I'm like, well, fuck, I gotta buy bait now. I'm like, what bait? So he showed me the trilogy. I'm like, okay, I remember this. And Scott, I'm not gonna lie, it was completely wrong. Because it did sound penny in the video, and I've held them. I got a couple now. That blade's not bending. It's pretty high quality.
Yeah.
It surprised me. So,
Well, I can remember coming in here talking to Joel about certain baits, and he was talking about buying top waters, and he was like, look for the one that has that different noise to it, that scratchy, penny noise to it.
That was the Lake X stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You twirl it, you get that little grinding noise.
And when the first time I casted one, or even before I could cast, before the pond in my backyard was thawed out, I spun the blade and I could hear it grinding on the shaft, and it was like, that might be good, you know? It's a different noise.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
But it changed my perspective from what I just saw and heard and actually fished it. Did I catch anything? No, because I don't catch fish. So that's all right. It works nice and it's great. So Adam wants to know, Slowinski, what was the inspiration behind your baits?
The inspiration behind my baits?
Yes, for you and Joel.
For me, you know, I'm not gonna lie, we kind of jumped on a trend. We saw something. We saw a market for it, obviously, and anybody who knows exactly what I'm talking about. We saw a market. We knew that the next move that somebody would make would be a triple blade, so we took advantage of that. 100% what we did.
And I've seen more. What is that blade style even called? Just a solid blade?
Yeah.
Yeah, I call it a
set blade,
three-leaf
maybe?
clover.
Yeah.
It really is kind
And
of.
I've seen some more people since then come out with their own.
But even though it was a trend, we came out with our own.
Oh yeah.
We I believe our blade it has similarities, but it's got its own place. 100%.
100%.
You know, and even expound on that a little bit. There's so many baits that are out there, and so many people that are making their own baits. It's virtually impossible to come out with a bait that is so original that nobody else has anything that's even like it.
But there is a guy in Canada making exact copies of the bait in question. Exact 100% copies. I don't see the outrage. I haven't. You know what I'm talking about,
I
right?
think I've seen it recently.
I mean, it is 100% copy.
What can you do?
Yeah, there's nothing you can do.
No.
But bottom line here is you know, unless it's verbatim copied like that, we're still all in this together.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we'll get into stuff that Scott and I are doing here in a little while, but it's people working together. You know, the brotherhood is still out there. You know, you got drama and politics in every facet of the world, but the bottom line is, if we're all making money and everybody's got their clients.
And we're catching fish.
And we're catching fish on this stuff. You know what? Have fun, make your money, and let's move on.
Yeah. So, kind of got your inspiration, Scott, Joel. What?
Well, can I say one last thing?
Of course.
We started out making regular bucktails, like most other bucktails makers make, and we knew that if we wanted any success in this business, that we had to come out with something that nobody else had. Mm-hmm. We knew we would never have a name, and honestly never make any money if we didn't have something different. That was the other half of the inspiration.
Yeah. So, if it's just the same as everything else, why buy it?
Yeah, because
it's got to be different.
The lures we were making, you could get from 30 other people.
Of course.
Now we're the only ones who make that, so it's a good thing.
Same question.
Yeah. What?
Honestly, what I'm looking at, that was the start of it.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, we had several years ago. We had, one of my friends, who's actually my business partner with the lure company, talked me into starting making baits again. So we were making bucktails and had this great idea to be able to change out blades, attachments, and it worked really well. Being able to change, nice beer, thanks a lot. There's mine.
Beer boy.
Being able to change out different color schemes on bucktails, and that was kind of the start of it. And one night I'm sitting there, I'm looking at it. I wish I could do a spinner bait because I love big spinner baits. Mm-hmm. Okay, and we came up with the idea of a spinner blade attachment for it, which you saw on the combos, and it worked really well. Problem with it was, a bucktail is a bucktail is a bucktail. There's so many different kinds of bucktails out there with the same kind of dynamic to them that it really didn't do a whole lot. So we focused more on the attachments. You spent 3 years in the tackle industry booth after that. Teaming up with James, with the mini D's and pushing the spinner blade attachments on everything. And it started taking off. We're selling a ton of them. You've been in here to see the stuff on the wall.
Yeah.
We're in 3 shops. I'm not looking at making a ton of money. I mean, a little bit of extra money is great. But it was something. You're not going to make a ton of money on them. So the last couple of years, we've been really kind of focusing on coming up with something that goes along with the blade attachments. Now, I love deep fishing. And I love stuff. I've been trying to come up with different ideas for baits that go deep and stay deep. And the one that we actually came up with was the new Rage that we unveiled earlier this year, with spinner blade attachment and an inline attachment that you could take off of the bait and switch out whenever you want it. Same thing, different color schemes, all that. The beautiful thing about it, the whole idea behind it was, it's my own mold, it's my bait, it weighs 7 ounces with everything on it, same thing as a Bondi, Pegasus, those go down and you jerk them. This, it goes down, it literally drops 3 feet a second, stays so down at the depth that you start retrieving it at, either with a spinner blade attachment or the inline double tens. Okay, with a moderate retrieve, it stays down that deep and basically comes up at the side of the boat. Pretty much straight at the side of the boat. Yeah. And with that alone, you've got a spinner bait or a bucktail that literally is fishing for you in water depths that there isn't a whole lot else out there that can do it.
With blades.
Not now with blades. The other facet to it was we came out with the N-Rage. Along with it, where it's a one-piece bait, same weight, with double tens behind the head, and with that, it actually has water displacement with the head enough that you don't feel the double tens like you would on a normal double ten bucktail. A little bit of that torque is gone. So that was the new bait for the year. Coming out with that and really pimping it up for the fall, and we got guys up in Minnesota, up on the bay, trolling them. It has been a huge thing. One guy one of my buddies was fishing them in cast for the PMTT, was trolling them and catching fish. So it's a whole different world for us, and I got the bait that I wanted. It was a bait that went deep and it stayed deep. And is anybody making any comments about the Juan Sanchez go deeper yet?
No, not yet.
I'm just checking. I want to make sure. I can't see what you guys are reading.
No.
So that was kind of the premise to what we were looking at, and we were very fortunate. And we're going to unveil it tonight with you, and I'll do it right now with the baby rages. This is something that we've been working on all fall, and we were lucky enough with the company that I have do my molds that they got the mold made, got us prototypes, and we're going to actually have them for the Southern Wisconsin Musky Expo for the first show that Rocky Point's going to have their booth at.
Hey.
So with that said,
All right, now let's bust out some baits.
busting out the baits.
All
right. So that's the baby rage right there. It's 2 1/4 ounces. Same idea as the rage. It's just a lot smaller. You can actually burn these.
As is, pretty much. You could.
You could burn it. You were throwing stuff. We'll talk about that in a while.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
same idea. Put this inline attachment, make it a 2-piece bucktail, or put the spinner blade attachment on it and make it a spinner bait. Okay. The baby N rage, the one with the double tens behind the head, is the same thing.
And that's a nifty one.
Yep.
I
It's
like that.
1-piece bucktail, same thing. I mean, we were out here testing with this one for the last part of the fall, and this I'd throw all day long.
Yeah.
It's not even funny. You wouldn't even feel it. And
Those are 8s on that one,
yep,
correct?
the 8s with the baby rages, and N rage are going to be with 8s.
Okay.
So that's kind of that.
But there's a reason I have both you here today.
Absolutely.
And I traveled to
Absolutely.
fucking Smokies just to see this shit in person. I'm like, okay, let's do a show. Okay,
Yeah.
so Scott, I know you got something in there that you want to show people.
Go
Are you
ahead.
showing yours or mine?
Yeah,
first?
do yours
No.
first. They're good.
Who's showing who's first?
You just said that on a podcast,
Oh,
man.
boy.
Oh, damn it.
I brought some prototypes with. This one's going to be hard to see. This is a micro trilogy.
Now, do you have, like,
We don't have.
they're hanging up right
Got the minis right there.
Okay, we have the mini trilogy here.
Okay, so that's the one that's already available.
All right,
This
that's
is
the small
available
one
now.
Yes.
We have a micro trilogy that we're going to be coming out with.
So the width of the individual 3 blades are you
Are
can definitely
smaller.
see
You can see
a lot
it's smaller. Yep.
Yeah.
If you could
Okay.
Put it in front of
So
Joel's
we're-
black.
We're thinking more of a multi-species bass, musky, possibly walleye bait here.
Pike.
Pike.
For sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm not gonna lie.
that's the
freaking
micro,
awesome.
which is the smallest blade.
Same durability, same thickness of the
Same
blade?
thickness of metal.
Okay.
.036 stainless steel. Electro polished. We can powder coat it any color. Look for that. Maybe at the Musky show
Maybe, but for sure next season.
next spring, for sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to get some made for the show.
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
Oh, the one with no guards.
Now we have the Magnum trilogy.
That's the big
This is
one.
the biggest size we have. You compare that to the regular blade that's currently in shops
Oh, wow.
right now.
Okay.
You can see the huge difference.
That is pretty big.
Now you threw that, Colin. How'd you think about that?
No, I don't throw big stuff.
No.
I really don't. I got weak wrists, whatever. Having the rod face that, not having it at a bent or cast it on an angle, but having it face that. 9s, I can compare that to 9s maybe, but for the torque on your wrist, but the undulation of the flash on there was out of control.
Yeah.
It wouldn't stop moving. It wasn't where it flashes and bulges. You get those separations and maybe like a naked spot, but that naked spot kept going all over the place. So there was a lot more than just the feather effect. It was gaps and holes and just crazy body and craziness. That I think that's your best blade yet. Because I threw the 2 normal ones, and I don't think I've seen that with those 2.
And
They
we've
look good, but I think that big one probably looks the best on the flash.
Yeah.
It does look
It's
nice.
huge profile. We've already caught fish on it. We've tested it throughout the summer and fall. It's a great running. bucktail.
For the profile that it throws off, it doesn't throw that much torque.
yeah.
It doesn't.
No.
Or even,
And it's almost the same at any speed that you reel it, because of the amazing vortex from the blade. I mean, it's,
some of the biggest fish that we've seen this year. We've
Yeah.
seen pictures of that were caught on the
Yeah.
on the big trilogy and then the regular trilogy. Pretty kind of cool stuff, isn't it?
yeah.
People catching
Well, that'd be
big
a good
fish on
question.
your back.
Biggest fish to date on a bite back on a trilogy, 55 inches, Bay of Green Bay.
Local
Just-
waters.
yep.
I mean, it's local.
55
close.
on a trilogy, so they work. They're good. You don't have one, get one.
That's a big fish.
Yeah.
It is. I like
Jeff Geezy, a local guy.
Yeah.
There's no torque. It doesn't hurt your wrist. You can throw that thing all frickin' day.
Yeah.
Nothing. Which I like. I do like that.
And there's been quite a few fish caught.
I caught myself when I casted that one. I had to give it the jerk. I'm like, why am I jerking to get the blades going? Like, what? It's a trilogy. What the fuck I'm doing? So now, Joel, you got some new baits.
Got some new baits for the show season. We're talking about the baby rages.
Oh wait, before someone already asked.
Yep.
Shows, Scott. What shows are you going to today?
Just the
Or-
Waukesha show.
Okay, so
Southern Wisconsin
Southern
Musky
Wisconsin.
Expo. Yeah.
Joel.
We'll be at the Southern Wisconsin Musky Expo in Waukesha and the Wisconsin Musky Expo in Wausau.
Okay.
And our booths will be closer together for a reason.
Yep.
Yeah. What? I don't know. Maybe I'm close to you. If not, I'll come say hi.
Oh yeah. Well, I owe you baits anyway, so you got to come pick some stuff out.
If people don't want to buy mine or TNA's, then
We'll be
like,
close.
Go over there.
We'll be
If you don't
close.
like our shit, go over there.
Well, we got some stuff that Scott and I have been working on together. We
Which is the reason I'm here.
Yep,
It really is.
pretty much. We tried something earlier this year and kind of teaming up and helping each other out. Me helping promote his stuff and him helping me get the rages really off the ground with stuff. For the shows, as a promotional deal, we worked out a deal with each other that I'm using his trilogy blades on some of my baits.
You okay with that, Scott?
I was more than willing to partner up with Joel because Joel is a good part of the success of Bite Back Bait Company. I mean, he didn't have to help us, and he has guided me along this whole process, and he's pretty much the one who gave me my start. I mean, I owe so
Thanks.
much credit to Joel. I can't thank him enough. He took care of us.
You know, you're a local guy. It's an awesome bait. For me, it's a no-brainer. You know, just do it right. You know, you're going to be able to grow this company, and you're going to sell a ton of baits.
And what do you know? You can't even fish anymore, Scott.
I can't.
I mean, thanks, Joel.
yeah,
Yeah,
thanks.
I know. That's how
No,
it goes
but not
sometimes.
only did we partner up on baits, we became pretty good friends through the process. I mean,
Yeah.
Joel is a great guy.
It's pretty
I
cool.
couldn't be luckier with a better mentor than Joel. I mean, I appreciate
you.
everything you've done.
I appreciate
It's
it.
incredible. He had no reason to help me whatsoever,
No.
but he's
Same with
he-
me. Who's this guy sharing my shit? Why is he like, who the
He's-
fuck is this?
he's helped us.
Shakes my hand. I'm like, oh my god.
If it wasn't for
Joel,
Joel,
Smokies.
I don't know if we'd be where we're at right now. And
No.
we got a lot of potential. We're nobody still, but we got a lot of
A
potential.
lot of people out there using your baits that are helping.
They're out there.
So they're promoting your stuff too.
Okay.
So we got
We gotta
the
do it.
first deal is
Oh, you tease.
Oh, you
he's
like
good
that?
at tease.
I'm really teasing. Is the full 7-ounce Enrage. This is what a couple of the guys that one of my buddies hooked me up with up on the bay that have been trolling with these, and it's with the Trilogy blade, and she runs really smooth. Trolling these, casting them, I mean, it's just like throwing a Trilogy. It's just a little bit more weight. Very smooth in the water, and you don't feel the torque. Kind of like you throwing stuff earlier. Again, you know, these baby rages are absolutely awesome baits. Yeah, they're what I've been working towards, and what I'm probably going to focus a whole lot on. So, again, we worked it out with the smaller blades, the mini Trilogy blades with the baby Enrage, and that's actually one of the prototypes. And you can see the same thing. And you can throw this thing all day long. You can burn it. You were throwing it off the dock tonight, and one of the things that I can hang my hat on with the stuff that we've done with the blade attachments, the spinner blade and the inline stuff, is we showed you a little something of what you can actually do with them, and that is
That's
one of the smoothest baits.
Really
Again,
was.
you can put the spinner blade attachments on just about any bait, but to be able to do something like this
No.
and have multiple blades, I mean, testing the end range with the double eights, we put a number 8 spinner blade attachment on it, and it's you feel it a little bit, but man, I mean, that quick vibration of 3 blades going through the water on a small bait. I mean, how can that not be something that's gonna go just?
And you better get to
absolutely
the
nuts.
expo early because these are going to be gone the first day.
We're gonna
That's how good they are.
we're gonna have a set amount of these things available. We've got what'd I give you?
right here.
Here, why don't you hold that one? We've got a set amount of the spinner blade attachments with the trilogy blade on, and then we've got the inline attachments that we actually had this. Oh my God! I mean, we were kind of laughing about it because other companies are coming out with different stuff, and we're laughing because we're sitting on this thing waiting for the time that we could come out
So how
with
long
it.
have you been sitting on this?
Oh, since
Months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's-
We've been talking for a long time that we were going to do something. I'm just saying, you better get to the expo early. These are going to be gone the first day. I mean, this is worth coming to the show right here for this. I tested it. Trey tested it. Joel tested it. Colin tested it. There is nothing else like this that you can buy.
It doesn't
going-
roll. I was trying to make it roll at the dock, and
Any-
it wasn't rolling.
You go into any shop anywhere, they have nothing like this hanging on the shelves. This is dynamic.
It's perfect with the weight on the front of the blade.
Mm-hmm.
The way that it's weighted, it will drop a little bit. Like if you're burning a double 10 bucktail in the shallows, you really got to burn this to get it to actually pop the top and
Oh,
do
yeah.
it. It will stay down a little bit for you.
You can bulge the top blade and the bottom blade still in the water.
And they
Yeah.
just keep
There's
moving.
no other
They
bait
don't
that
stop.
does that. No other bait that does
Nope.
that. Get to the show.
Figure eight it.
Get there
Oh, yeah.
early.
Bulge the top.
Oh yeah, bulge it
It's-
on the
it's-
side, on the outskirts of the figure
Right,
eight.
right.
Hang it there for a second,
It's-
and you don't have to worry
It's
about your blade stopping.
ridiculous.
I
It's
love it.
ridiculous.
I like that.
Yeah.
That there made me come out.
If you didn't have a reason to
Okay,
go
here,
to the
I'll take that.
expo,
Thank you.
that's it right there.
That is.
And there's a very limited amount.
Going, gone.
Lock that door, Joey.
Now, out. Did you get one of the deals for show entrance?
Yep. Friday for the Walczak show, the Southern Wisconsin Musky Expo. We're the door sponsor. We're giving away 200 blade attachments to the first 200 people that come through the door. We'll have a couple other kind of cool specials that go along with that. Little package deals. The regular age is the 7 ounces. We're gonna have a show special for those for the Walczak show. We're selling them for a flat $20, and you get a spinner blade attachment, 6200s wire spinner blade attachment, and a double 10 inline attachment along with it
For $20.
for $20.
Two attachments.
2 attachments. You got basically 3 baits out of it. You got the spinner bait, you got the inline regular bucktail
Yep.
type bait, and then you can also jig them too.
That's. 'Cause I was thinking like, oh, you could jig those. With
Yep,
the normal
absolutely.
blades. But now you can really do it with the trilogy blade on there,
Oh yeah, it's
and
easy to
not
jig
have
those.
to
things.
worry or give it that 3-foot pull to get those blades turning.
No,
No
These-
snapping, no-
These trilogy blades, literally, they're like a pinwheel. We were talking about that. That you could hold it in the wind with a little bit of a breeze, and it'll literally start blowing and turn it. It's pretty awesome, I think. I don't know.
You brought me here.
Absolutely.
I mean, I could
know-
have been in my undies doing this show, but I kind of wanted to see it.
Talking about the shows. There's been a change in the dynamic of shows over the last handful of years. You know, I mean, I grew up and I remember the shows being, you could go there and see old guys sitting in booths, and you could buy 3 baits, get one free, you know, or buy some spinner baits for, you know, $7 or $8 a piece. And you go to these places, you go to these shows, and you see the stuff that you can't go to a bait shop and actually get. The show was the only time that you could see these baits. And the way that the guys, Edsel and Reinhardt, running the Wausau show was the start of it for them. You know, getting back to that idea of bringing the old school back, having the basement builders, you know, guys that have baits that people really catch fish with, but they just don't have it to have a huge lure company going, and you know, and keep that going, and get out into the shops and stuff like that, and with all the guys that wanted them to bring that show down here and started out here in Waukesha, you know, that's what it is. You know, there isn't a whole lot of big entities. I mean, you got some of the best lures on earth. You know, the Lake X stuff. You got who else? Kramer, Ross's is going to be there. TRO. With a lot of custom stuff, and then you got the local guys, and that's what that show has that the other one doesn't. Is they can afford to go to a show like this, and they got customers coming through the door. You get Angry Dragon is local. You're local. If you haven't seen Colin's bucktails, they're an artistic masterpiece. They are beautiful baits.
They're okay.
They're beautiful. I told you that they are absolutely gorgeous baits.
Speaking
of
that, Adam is wondering, are you guys going to do any marabou soon?
I will have marabou trilogies at the Waukesha show.
Okay, Joel.
There you go. Me?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I'm not looking at doing anything.
I was going to bring one to
marabou.
show, but I gave all the ones I had away. But we will 100% have marabou trilogies, and there will be no other marabou bait like it. The way that the trilogy blade moves, the turkey feathers, I mean, there's nothing else like it.
Flash.
And marabou is the same way. It's incredible. We'll have quite a few. So.
Okay, but going back to the shows, I mean, it's the people that are there. I mean, it literally is a brotherhood. Everybody knows everybody. It's laid back. You know, there isn't the crap that goes on at other places. You know, these guys are really about the vendors. It's about you making sure that we're making money no matter who you are, and that's the bottom line. You know, and all of us starting to work together and do stuff like we're doing. I mean, this is awesome.
This is very cool.
You know, there's other companies out there that have kind of collaborated with each other and helping each other out and stuff, and that's what it's about. I mean, at a show like this, you literally see people from one booth walking customers into another booth and saying, you know, this is what you're looking for. You know, that's what it's about. It's about
more of a family feel to it instead of 100% business.
Absolutely.
Have some fun.
Yeah, and that's what it is.
Will the security guard go on the tank again?
I don't know if Lobster's gonna go swimming in the test tank again. I don't know. That was kind of scary.
We have another question. Where the hell did it go? From Todd. Bike back going to start back up and make your inline bucktails as well?
We may have. We'll have a few for the show. Mm-hmm. We had to put our customs on hold because I can't make the trilogies fast enough. Unfortunately, we started out as making made-to-order custom bucktails, and the trilogy has. I mean, it got to a point where it was almost overwhelming. But I'm totally grateful for it. But we couldn't take custom orders anymore.
You plan on it in the future, or we just gonna have to wait and see?
Well, we'll have. I don't know if we'll do customs. It's depending on how the trilogy goes. Which if I'm being honest, once we get the micro and the Magnum
four
out,
sizes.
we're gonna have 4 sizes of that. It's gonna be. I think our
That's a lot right there.
our custom days are right now. They they're indefinitely on hold. I would like to get my regular bucktails in shops, but there's a lot of competition, and I don't feel bad if they don't end up in a shop.
Yeah.
Even though we make our regular bucktails are stainless steel blades. They're shaped different. They're made out of different metal.
Mike says lobster has a plan.
Oh my God!
No, but we'll have some regular bucktails at the show. Not a ton of them, but we'll keep making them and at least have them in shows. Just customs, I don't think we'll ever do them again.
But your baby's the trilogy.
Yeah,
I mean
it's it is what it is.
Nice size wall at Smokey's.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's pretty cool.
One day that whole wall maybe will be all trilogy.
And for everybody out there that's making their own baits. That's how I started. It's not that I'm a big company. I don't know that I ever want to be a big company. I make enough money to keep my wife happy, and I get to do the stuff that I do, right?
Is there such thing?
He knows.
Is there enough money?
Sure. Well, but follow your dream, man. If you got something that's catching fish, you don't have to go nuts on stuff. Look at your story. It still touches me. And some of the things that Scott and I have talked about in building our companies and how we're going to do this and what we're looking at actually doing. He fished out here when he was a kid. And your grandpa?
Yeah.
Coming out here and fishing, and now today he's got his own bait in this place,
yeah.
and just that feeling,
it's crazy.
Yeah, that's special. That's something that's really cool.
The first day that we had him in here, and Joel posted pictures online.
Joey was here.
He came.
Joey
came and got a couple. There was a guy calling from North Dakota, and he ordered 10 of them.
Doing mail orders.
One of each color, one of each size. It was.
I had a couple delivered.
Yeah, it was the most incredible. I'll remember that for the rest of my life. That people were calling to order something that I made. It was just absolutely incredible.
And catching monsters on it.
Yeah.
55.
And there, yeah.
Deal.
And Joey Rosansky, he had a 50 on it.
I did?
There's quite a few 50-inch fish caught on a trilogy.
55 and a 50, and first day took them out.
And we're only in 3 shops. And
what shops are you in?
Smokey's #1, Ross's, and Turtle River Trading. Smokey's in Pewaukee. Where's Ross's?
Phillips,
Wisconsin, and Turtle River Trading is in
Ross's has helped a lot.
Mercer.
Too.
Yeah.
Okay, Mercer.
They even put.
Yep.
If you were to drive up to Mercer and go past Turtle River Trading, the guy asked me if I had any signage or anything.
Yeah.
He put the Bite Back banner over his front door. I could not believe it because I vacation. We go there every year. We go to the Turtle Flambeau Flowage, and driving up there and seeing my banner on the outside above a door. It was
like what?
I drove past. I drove past too, and I'm like, I do the double take. Like, that's cool.
Yeah. I never thought in a million years when I started doing this. And
yeah,
it's
just a cool feeling.
You know, I don't think we talked about that paint job.
Oh.
I think we showed it, but I don't think we actually
this one.
Yeah.
Also, for the show, we're gonna have full color blades instead of where it's chrome in the middle. We're gonna do some full color blades, and it's gonna be all transparent powder coat, so you'll get the shine from chrome through the powder coat.
So it's still shiny. It's not a dull matte finish or anything like that. Yeah, we can try this. Oh yeah, way better. There we go. That's quality right there. Perfect.
So we'll have some of that there available.
A little bit further. Camera. There you go.
There we go. Almost dropped it. Oh well.
That's all like that.
What happens? So we got some people on here who got it at Turtle River. Mike Edsel says hopefully Flambeau River Outfitters in the future.
Absolutely.
Just ask them. We can make it happen.
We can definitely take care of you.
So now we went over what shops you're at and everything, and so Southern Wisconsin Expo for you, Scott. Joel, where can we get some of the Rocky Point stuff?
Oh, we got them in obviously in Smokey's here. They've been in here for 5 years now. Ross's, he's got the blade attachments, and Joke and Joe's up in Three Lakes is got the stuff too.
So weird being here in front of an audience. So fucking awkward.
Tennis club.
So,
Which show's gonna be at Joel?
what? Anything else in the works? There's got to be other things in the works. I'm not saying you got to tell me. I'm just saying that hey, are we got more bite back.
We got a
Rocky
bait
Point.
that we've been working on for a couple years, and it's been put on the back burner because of the rages. But we've actually got a bait that we're building specifically to go with our spinner blade attachments.
Now, both of you together?
No,
so-
just a Rocky.
Okay.
We're hoping to actually have that sometime later this summer, early fall, and then probably unveil that with the spinner blade combo at the 2019 shows. That might be. I mean, I really dig the baby rages. I think that's one of the best things that I've ever done. And everybody keeps telling me that it's pretty kick ass. But that new thing, some of the stuff that I fish with. I love fishing with Booker rattlers and putting those blade attachments on small stuff like that. And so we got something that we're working on that hopefully that I'm pretty confident we're going to have it ready to go for 2019.
So we got. Can we get them online? Bite back. Can we order bite backs online anywhere?
At Ross's Sports Shop.
Okay. Joel.
They Ross is online. Otherwise, they can actually contact me. Go to daveslegacy.com. The pictures will be up sometime here in the next month online. And we do phone orders, and we do take credit cards.
And I think Turtle River Trading does phone orders too.
Okay.
So and he should have some trilogies.
Okay.
I'd just like to say too that the bait that Joel showed earlier, the attachment with the trilogies on it,
Yeah.
I think that's going to do so well. It's going to force me and him to partner up. I mean, it is dynamic. That bait is going to force us to work together more.
Which isn't a bad thing.
No, not at all.
No, I can't.
There's nothing else like it. And once people start using it and catching fish,
I'm trying to think and just dig in all the stuff that I've seen online.
Well, there's little guys out there that would come up with something that 50, 60 years ago they used that was similar and which,
no, I'm trying to think of
currently
and
hanging in the store. There's
us in our age group. I don't remember anything.
I mean, the
like
closest thing is
I've never used anything like it.
buzz bait blade-ish. That's kind of
Sorta.
Right.
ish, big-ish.
Big-ish.
Like
But a buzz blade bait wouldn't move a skirt like a.
no.
That would
No
be
way.
the difference.
No.
Similar but different.
Hold that thing up again. I just want to.
Which one?
Uh,
The small one?
No,
I'm crazy about it.
What are we calling that? What are you calling that?
He's playing coy. I'm crazy about it.
I'm freaking nuts over
It's
that.
it's the baby Enrage.
Okay.
With the trilogy blade on it.
And the trilogy attachment.
Trilogy blade attachment. Right.
Get to the show early. These are going to go fast.
Yeah, I don't plan on these staying on the
I
shelf.
know what bait
long,
I'm coming to before the show opens.
This is a must-have.
I mean, it's heavy enough that you can cast it a country mile, but it's light enough, and with the blades that are on it, even with the
And no
double
torque.
eights,
There's no
there's
torque,
there's
but
nothing
it still
there,
has
but
to
they
move.
spin, which is
You want to
which
bring
is
that close
perfect.
so everyone can.
Yep.
Let's. Hold on, let me go on different. Okay. Guys, look at that. That's just sick. That really is.
Like a rubber skirt?
No.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
it's
Like-
rubber.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just as
There,
good.
you know what?
I think we can do it now. Why not?
Absolutely.
That's the one nice thing.
See, the attachments are that easy. You don't have to unclip them. It's just a little pull, and she comes right off. But you don't lose it. It doesn't come off while you're fighting a fish. It's that easy going on. Just a little pull, get her on, and there you go. You got it on rubber.
So no bending.
No bending.
Like a snap.
Yeah. Change up baits, change up blades whenever you want.
And I heard, I don't know, I think I was telling you about this earlier, and I don't remember who the hell was, but you know, with your combination with those, you know, those smaller plastics and those blade attachments, catching, you know, walleye bass, there's no problem out here. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean you catch everything.
Yeah.
And it's not even funny. I love them because in the springtime, like I said, this size of baits, the mini D's with the spinner blade attachments, and the micro deuces for rubber, clients throwing this stuff all year long. And the way that I do it is I'll throw the longer one if I'm on a perch or a walleye type of bait ball or area where they're in there. I'm throwing the mini D. Now if I go and I find out I'm on crappie or bluegill, I'm pulling out the micro deuce and I'm putting that on. Talk about the I mean that's pretty much, you know, bluegill-ish and crappie type bait, where it's a little more rounded as opposed to the longness of a walleye or a perch.
No.
But it's the same thing. I mean, switch them out. These things and they run forever. I mean, they're easy to throw, easy to retrieve, and rattle trap. Yeah, the Booker rattlers. I love those things too.
Now the blades that you had earlier, Scott, with the what'd you call it? Candy paint.
It's transparent powder coat.
Powder coat. Do we see any? So we know you're going to have some of those at the show with and your regular trilogy blades. What about for attachments?
Well, I'm
not saying for the show, but
not for the show. But I got a feeling down the road it's going to happen. I think it's inevitable.
Okay.
Once people get their hands on what we came up with, I think it's inevitable.
It's probably going to be hard to say no to
that.
You know, really.
We'll let the people tell us, but I mean,
we've worked pretty well together so far. I don't see that there's going to be a problem down the line doing stuff. And
I got a feeling when people get their hands on them and they start using them, there's going to be a huge demand for us to collaborate more.
And do some more and expand upon what you guys already have.
And me and Joel are buddies, so.
And I mean, you just brought 2 new blades today.
Yeah.
I mean, plenty more options out there.
Absolutely.
Now with that attachment at the kink.
Yep.
What's at the kink? I don't know.
The kink, the way that it is it's actually a very small piece of shrink tube. All right,
okay.
So that the blade doesn't go over the bend.
So there's no beads.
No beads, just on the back end, so she spins good.
Yeah.
But there's what I found with it is that with even a straight bend, the blade would actually come up and go right over.
Okay.
Okay. So if it comes down here, I mean, it's not going to work, and you got to work it and put it back. So we put a stopper in there and just used a little piece of shrink tube and got her on there good, and it stops it good. So pretty much it. Very simple, light, and it doesn't take away from the actual running of the blade. So.
Fuck no. So you guys out there, you got any questions for them? What do you got? Anyone? Anything for Scott or Joel?
And for one person in particular out there, you can fish these baits musky clockwise or counter musky clockwise. It doesn't matter. Wind blown shore or calm shore.
Now what happens if you're on the weeds with the rocks and they're not there?
Well, you can move to the shoreline that doesn't have weeds and doesn't have rocks. Yeah.
Okay.
With the wind.
Sure.
With the wind.
With wind?
Or without.
Okay. Yeah. If that doesn't work, go to the deepest part of the lake and
just go deeper.
Go deeper.
Okay.
Juan Sanchez posted something. What?
It's a show.
Yeah. You guys have anything else for the people who are watching?
Oh man, you know what, Colin? This is an awesome show. I mean, honestly, I know so many people that are watching or go on during the week and watch this stuff. It is fun. It's absolutely a blast.
It is.
You know,
we should do this more often.
I do. I do.
We'll keep coming up with new stuff.
And I'll keep coming out here.
Sounds
I
good.
can do that. I mean,
there's a lot of people that that we can. I mean, doing it out here at the shop, and this is awesome. You know,
This is
just
not a
having a
bad
venue to do something like this. I mean, could you imagine having the Angry Dragon Boys out here doing it?
we might need some more beer. And we
Might need a lot more beer. You know, Komar, Dan Kane from Skunk Skunk Caves. He's got some nice ideas that he's coming out with, and that he's going to be coming out with for the. Like I said, I mean, these guys that are doing baits on a small scale. Some of these things are just absolutely kick-ass baits. You
Can I
know,
freeze?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Did you see the last one? Look for a loon.
Yeah. Okay.
loon. Look for the loon.
Right here.
Yeah, that's a good one too. You know, there's who was it? Ryan Booth. He makes the Skunk Creek wake makers. There's some different names for it, but we won't use them. But that's what that is. It's top water bait, glide bait, and man, does this thing push water.
Jesus Christ.
He's got we'll get that up close. I mean, the job that he does on this bait is
see?
Yep, absolutely.
Sorry, guys. I want to see.
Just incredible bait.
Skunk Creek lures.
You know,
It's caught a lot of fish already.
Yeah, it's caught a lot of big fish too.
moves over the
Who was it? Big O. Dave Olson got what, a 55?
My pro staff guys
Something
got a
like that on
couple
it.
of them.
They wanna
And
be on the show. We should answer
yeah, and we got
Tell me not to.
no, don't. And he's got some smallers. I think he's got some 8-inchers, a couple magnums. Anyways, I actually came into a little deal where I think I'm going to have about 25 of these at the Waukesha show, the Southern Wisconsin Musky Expo.
that size.
In my booth, this size and smaller. We'll have the 8-inchers, but I think I got 25 that are coming for me, and the outside, and
Smokies.
we're gonna sell these too. I mean, there's a lot of people that are actually throwing them. He doesn't make a whole lot, so it's kind of a limited.
Prices?
See you, Joey. Take care. Thanks for coming, man.
I got some for you.
I want to say between $40 and $50.
Okay.
You want these two?
8?
You want
The
these two?
8s I think are going to be.
you
can't
and Jeff
quote me on
some
it,
eights.
but the I want to say 35 or $40.
You got to take me on the show. These people are going
I owe you guys some.
I got some custom colors. How about that?
Right.
So that's it. The Skunk Creek Wake Makers. We'll have about 25 of them in the Rocky Point booth at the Waukesha show. Said there's a lot of guys that want those, and he's got a religious following of guys that have been fishing with this for the last couple of years.
Okay. So yeah, the show's January 26th, 27th, 28th for the
Yep.
Southern Wisconsin show. Wausau show is
I think it's 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. 1st, 2nd, 3rd of March.
You look. Friday the 2nd.
2nd, 3rd, and 4th
okay.
of March at the old Patriot Center up in Wausau,
Okay.
Wisconsin Musky Expo.
So even if you don't want to buy anything from our booths, come talk to us, keep us company.
Yeah, you can do that too. We love talking.
Feedback's always nice.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's gonna be good.
We're friendly guys.
There's a lot of friendly people. Everybody's friendly at these shows.
So going forward, I'm liking this setup. This is cool. We'll do more of this.
Good
When?
deal.
I don't know. I'd like to have some more local people on.
Yeah.
Prior to the Southern Wisconsin show, just promote them a little bit more.
Sure.
Um,
Mike Etzel, send Colin a list of local guys that are going to be at the show. Did he respond? Let me know if he responds. Sorry,
Like a 3-minute delay.
That's a little too
I'm too fast.
That's what she said.
Oh! 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 See if you get any baits.
So guys, any other questions? Let me know. Until then, just Rocky Point does have Facebook.
Yep.
Okay. And
Rocky
obviously-
Point Baits and Blades.
Yes. And then
We're growing every day. It's
Bite back. Yep.
incredible.
check out the Facebook page. Check them out at the expos. Check out Musky Magnets so you can find the next show.
Are you gonna have custom colors?
We're gonna have all show colors that you cannot get in the stores.
Just for the shows.
Just for the shows.
So that is a yes.
Yeah, we will have colors that you'll only be able to get at the show. That's all we'll have.
Perfect. I love it. I don't know. Stay in touch, you guys, and you'll be seeing a couple more shows before the expos. Other than that, thanks for having me out here. You guys.
Oh, thanks for coming out, Colin. Thanks for everybody listening and watching.
Kind of short notice. We were on the phone. I'm like, Scott wants to come. So
Yeah, this
we made
worked
it.
out pretty good.
It did.
So thanks everyone. Have a good night. See you later.